Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here. Today is February 5th, and this is your aftermarket update. All right. So to say today was a good day would be a dramatic understatement. It was a very good day. We picked, the market was extremely active, obviously. If you're a follower of the market, you know that the indexes sold off in a big way here today. We got taken out by a couple of ticks on an ES trade that had a 20-point target. And ended up with 7 points on that trade. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. I want to talk to you about the CL trade. We had 83 ticks times 2 lot. That's 166 ticks on a single trade here on the CL today. Let's talk about it. We'll get started talking about it first today. Bring some of this analysis over in front of you here. One of the ideas that we talked about early in the session today was that the market, and let's bring this out to a 4-hour chart. And we'll bring this up here like this before we got into all of this craziness, that all this big sell-off here today. One of the things that we talked about was that the market was in a bullish posture. The market was making a series of higher lows. We had a trend line here. I had this nice M formation. We talked about if the market were to break down below 63.75, that you could get some more sell-off. And turns out that that actually happened here today. I wasn't expecting that. And that we have broken some structure here today on this 4-hour chart. That's really not where our trading ideas came from. That was more of just some observation notes that we made early in the session today. We had some trading ideas come through today off of some of our lines here, these fan lines. We knew that there was going to be support right up here around 65.18. We talked about the 65.27 being the what our calculation for the London range high is. And if you look here, that is right where the market came up to right before the big sell-off. So again, this is in the overnight session. We have a calculation that we use for our overnight session that we, it's a time frame that we use. It's from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. Central Standard Time, and that's what we call our London range high. And that London range high today was at 27. And the market rallies up into that. We had one of our fan lines here at 18. Anyway, we were talking about this particular opportunity this morning, and this is where we get short actually today, is right around the 14 level. And we were targeting down here into this 64.12. Now we'll talk about why 64.12 was going to be a targeting opportunity. If you measure the extension of this range here, there is 64.12. We did, as you can see, come down deeper to 63.67 before rallying back up, and now again trying to continue to push down. 63.17 is an opportunity that will be back in line. So again, this is kind of the way that we start every trading session today. We go through and analyze these particular markets. One of the things that we also talk about, and again, why 64.12 was one of the targeting zones that we had here today. Again, these were naked point of controls from previous sessions. You had a 64.12 here, and then this is actually 64.12, as you can see right there. And then this, again, another naked point of control down here around 63.48. This is top chart here is a comparison of the dollar versus the versus oil, and you can see that as the dollar declines, oil rallies, right? And you can see again that you've had a fairly sharp sell-off on the CL as you've had a rally happening on the dollar. And so again, just more indication of this bearish kind of push that we had here today. It did allow us to get into an opportunity today. We had a couple of opportunities, and we just really some fits and starts before the big sell-off happened today. If you look up here into your 9 a.m., what we call our 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. swing zone, that's right up here into that 27. We were short, and this is the trade of the day here. We did end up getting short at around 14. That was a sweet spot retracement, and you can see how the market just kind of rotated. Comes down into this low down here at 17. I get trail stopped right back up here at 33 to the tick before it came down and took out what my target ended up. What you're going to see on the chart, it was a target area down around 14. Since I was in at 14, we were looking for an even 100 ticks on 2 lots, and actually ended up with 83. So again, not a bad CL trade. The market is continuing this kind of aggressive push to the downside here. Should make for some interesting trading tomorrow. On the ES here today, we did get short at 27.55 up here. That was your, we're going to turn off these overnight levels here for a second. You can see that we've completely blown up the after market structure with the huge sell-off here today. We did get short up here at the daily structure signal at 27.55. We were talking about a target area at 27.45. We did come down. I got taken out at 7 points on this ES trade. It ended up coming back a full 5 points before it came down into that 27.35 area that we were targeting down below. And, of course, it went much, much deeper than that today. So it was a all-in. It was a 230 tick day today on 2 lots. So it's 230 ticks or $2,300 on 2 lots here today as we made our way through it. So I'm going to let you watch the trade of the day. It's the combination of the ES and the CL together. This video is these trades lasted, I don't know, I think I was in these trades for over an hour today. But what we do to try to make it a little bit more easy to watch is we do cut it down. I do let you listen to the entries and see where the targets are, and then put a little music behind it and let that trade roll. So I'm going to let you watch this trade of the day here so you can get a feel for exactly what we did in the trading room today. And again, so without further ado, here is that OTG trade of the day. All right, I'm going to re-short 14 again. Short 14. Stop is 28. Short 14, stop 28. Target 77, 67 to 12, somewhere in that zone underneath us here. It is 55 short on the ES, 55 short on the ES. And we'll see if it allows me to get in. 55 short on the ES. The stop will be 57. And we'll be looking to target. Okay, I got popped in at 55. We'll be looking to target. Well, the structure mid underneath you there is at 45. So the target right now is 45 on the ES. 40.